Haitian Vodou is often surrounded by images that are dramatic, frightening, or completely fictional. For many people outside Haiti, the word brings to mind horror movies, curses, dolls, and dark rituals. But that popular image says far more about colonial fear and sensational storytelling than it does about the religion itself. Haitian Vodou is an African diasporic religion that developed in Haiti between the 16th and 19th centuries, shaped by enslaved Africans, Catholic colonial society, and the brutal realities of plantation life. It is not a single centralized church with one authority, one book, or one fixed doctrine. It is a living religious world of spirits, ancestors, songs, healing, family obligations, initiation, ritual knowledge, and community memory. To understand Vodou, we have to begin by setting aside the stereotype and looking at it as practitioners do, as a way of relating to the divine, the dead, nature, and society. Vodou emerged in the Caribbean under conditions of extreme violence. Enslaved people were brought to the French colony of Saint-Domingue, on the western side of Hispaniola, from many parts of West and Central Africa. They came from different peoples and religious backgrounds, including Congo, Fon, Yoruba, and others. Colonial slavery tried to break families, languages, and traditions, but it could not erase memory. Across plantations, African religious ideas were carried, adapted, and shared. Over generations, these traditions blended with each other and with elements of French colonial culture, especially Roman Catholicism. This process is often called syncretism, but that word can sound too neat. In reality, Vodou was born from survival. It allowed people torn from different homelands to build a shared spiritual language, preserve links to Africa, honor the dead, and create meaning in a world designed to deny them humanity. At the center of Vodou belief is Bondi, the supreme creator divinity. The name comes from the French phrase bon Dieu, meaning good God. Bondi is understood as transcendent, vast, and beyond ordinary human reach. In daily religious life, Vodouists more often interact with powerful spirits known as Lois. The Lois are not simply minor gods in a simple hierarchy. They are personalities with histories, preferences, moods, responsibilities, and relationships with human communities. They can protect, guide, warn, heal, punish, or demand attention when obligations are neglected. Some Lois are linked to older West and Central African deities, while others developed through Haitian history itself. This creates a theology that outsiders have described as both monotheistic and polytheistic, but for practitioners, the important point is practical relationship. Bondi is ultimate, and the Lois are the active spiritual powers through whom people seek help. The Lois are often organized into groups called nanchan, or nations. These nations reflect historical layers of memory, origin, and ritual style. Two of the best known are the Rada and the Petwo. Rada spirits are often associated with older African lineages, stability, coolness, and continuity, though they should not be reduced to being simply gentle. Petwo spirits are often associated with heat, force, intensity, and the harsher conditions of life in Saint-Domingue, including slavery and resistance. These categories are not rigid boxes. A Lois may be approached through specific songs, rhythms, colors, offerings, and ritual gestures. Each spirit has a character. Some are parental and protective, others fiery and demanding. Vodou ritual knowledge involves knowing how to approach these powers properly, because relationship with the Lois is not casual. It is built through respect, obligation, service, and reciprocity. One reason Vodou can look confusing to outsiders is the frequent presence of Catholic imagery. Saints, candles, crosses, prayers, and feast days may appear alongside African-derived ritual forms. This does not mean Vodou is merely Catholicism in disguise, nor does it mean practitioners are confused about what they believe. In Haiti, many people have historically practiced both Vodou and Catholicism, often seeing no contradiction between the two. Catholic saints became associated with particular Lois, sometimes because of visual similarities, shared symbols, or historical adaptation under colonial pressure. During slavery, Catholic forms could provide a protective cover for African religious practices. Over time, however, these connections became part of the religious landscape itself. Some modern practitioners emphasize the African roots of Vodou and try to reduce Catholic influence, while others see the mixture as an authentic part of Haitian religious history. Vodou is practiced in different settings. Some people participate through an anfo, a temple or ritual house led by an angan, a priest, or a mandwa, a priestess. These leaders are not simply ceremony hosts. They preserve ritual knowledge, guide initiations, interpret spiritual problems, maintain relationships with the lwa, and support members of the community. Initiation can create a deep bond between a person, a ritual house, and particular spirits. But Vodou is not limited to temples. It is also practiced in family groups, where inherited relationships with spirits and ancestors may be maintained over generations. Some traditions are more private, and secret societies such as Bazango also exist within the broader Haitian spiritual world. This diversity matters. There is no single Vodou headquarters deciding what everyone believes. Local lineage, family history, region, and ritual house all shape practice. Ritual communication with the lwa is one of the most visible parts of Vodou. Ceremonies often involve drumming, singing, dancing, prayer, offerings, and carefully prepared ritual space. The rhythms are not background music. They help call specific spirits and create the conditions for communication. Songs can preserve theology, history, praise, and instruction. Offerings may include fruit, liquor, food, flowers, candles, or sacrificed animals, depending on the spirit and the ritual purpose. These offerings are not random attempts to bribe supernatural forces. They are acts of service and exchange within an ongoing relationship. People may ask for healing, protection, guidance, justice, fertility, work, or relief from misfortune. A Vodou ceremony is therefore not just performance. It is a structured encounter between humans, spirits, ancestors, and the community gathered around them. One of the most misunderstood features of Vodou is spirit possession. In ritual, a lwa may temporarily possess a dancer or participant. Practitioners often describe this as the spirit mounting the person, as a rider mounts a horse. To outsiders, possession may look strange or frightening, but within Vodou it is a sacred form of communication. The possessed person may speak, gesture, dance, advise, bless, warn, or accept offerings in the manner associated with that lwa. The community recognizes the spirit through behavior, rhythm, symbols, and ritual signs. Possession does not mean chaos. It occurs within a cultural and ceremonial framework that gives it meaning. It allows the divine world to become present, embodied, and socially active. Through possession, the lwa are not abstract concepts. They enter the community's immediate reality and respond to human concerns. Healing is another major part of Vodou practice. Vodou is not only about ceremonies for spirits, it is also about restoring balance in people's lives. Illness or misfortune may be understood through physical, emotional, social, ancestral, and spiritual dimensions at once. An angan or mandwa may use divination to understand the source of a problem, prepare herbal remedies, recommend offerings, conduct cleansing rituals, or create protective talismans. This does not mean every problem is treated as purely supernatural. Rather, Vodou works with a broad idea of well-being, where the body, the family, the dead, the spirits, and the moral order can all matter. In communities with limited access to formal medical systems, religious healers have often played important practical roles. Vodou healing is therefore both spiritual care and community-based support. Vodou is deeply connected to Haitian history, especially the Haitian Revolution from 1791 to 1801. This revolution overthrew French colonial rule, abolished slavery, and led to the creation of Haiti as an independent republic. Many Vodouists were involved in the revolutionary struggle, and Vodou helped provide shared symbols, networks, and spiritual courage among enslaved and formerly enslaved people. After the revolution, the Catholic Church left Haiti for several decades, and Vodou became even more central to the religious life of the country. For many Haitians, Vodou is not only a religion but also part of the story of national survival. It carries the memory of people who resisted one of the most violent slave systems in the Atlantic world and created the first Black Republic. That history helps explain why attacks on Vodou often feel like attacks on Haitian identity itself. In the 20th century, Haitian migration carried Vodou beyond Haiti. Communities developed in places such as Cuba, the United States, and other parts of the Haitian diaspora. As Vodou traveled, it entered new environments, interacted with new cultures, and became more visible to outsiders. At the same time, scholars and practitioners began comparing it with related African diasporic traditions such as Cuban Santeria and Brazilian Candomblé. These religions are not identical, but they share broad historical conditions: African traditions reshaped under slavery, Catholic influence, spirit devotion, ritual music, initiation, and community-based religious authority. Some Vodou practitioners influenced by Black cultural movements such as Negritude also worked to emphasize African heritage and challenge colonial interpretations. In this global setting, Vodou became both a Haitian tradition and part of a wider conversation about diaspora, memory, and spiritual resistance. Today, Vodou remains one of the world's most misunderstood religions. It has been criticized by missionaries, mocked by popular culture, demonized in political rhetoric, and exploited by entertainment industries. Yet for practitioners, Vodou is not a horror symbol. It is a living system of devotion, ethics, healing, history, and responsibility. It teaches that human beings exist within a network of relationships, with Bondi, with the Loa, with ancestors, with family, with community, and with the forces that shape daily life. Its rituals can be dramatic, but drama should not be mistaken for darkness. Its spirits can be demanding, but demand is part of relationship. Its history includes suffering, but also creativity and survival. To understand Haitian Vodou respectfully is to see it not as superstition, but as a sophisticated religious tradition forged under pressure and kept alive through memory, service, and faith. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.